FCEL is trending as investors speculate about a possible commercial agreement with ExxonMobil, which could mark a pivotal milestone for FuelCell Energy's ambitions in the carbon capture space. Much of the buzz centers around Exxon's upcoming earnings call, which will take place on Friday, the 1st of August, where some hope the energy giant might reveal updates on its carbon management strategies, potentially including expanded work with fuel cells, carbon capture, or carbonate fuel cell technology. The connection between the two companies isn't new. FuelCell has long partnered with ExxonMobil to advance carbon capture solutions that can be deployed at industrial sites and power plants. However, until now, these efforts have mostly been at the pilot and demonstration stage. Committee members see signs that momentum could finally be shifting toward commercial scale deployment, driven by ExxonMobil's growing investments in low carbon solutions and tightening global emission standards. Adding to the optimism is the broader backdrop of surging demand for power from AI data centers, which could benefit fuel cells' ability to pair clean, distributed generation with on-site carbon capture. If fuel cells technology can be scaled effectively, it could position the company as a key player in decarbonizing hard-to-abate sectors and attract more partnerships beyond Exxon. At the same time, investors are watching how recent US legislation, such as expanded tax credits for carbon capture and clean hydrogen, might strengthen the business case for fuel cells projects. Analysts point out that any concrete deal with a heavyweight like Exxon could help alleviate market concerns about fuel cells revenue visibility and profitability trajectory. Still, some traders remain cautious, noting that the company has a history of dilutive capital raises and hasn't yet proven its ability to deliver large scale projects at sustainable margins. The next few quarters and any potential announcement from ExxonMobil could be a make or break moment for fuel cells credibility as a commercial carbon capture player in an increasingly carbon constrained world. So yeah, if it turns out, that'll be good. If any partnership, any deal comes up from Exxon, if it comes up, that'll be really good. Any commercial deal comes up, that'll be really good. But you have to bear in mind with what you have to bear in mind is that partnering and doing deals with corporate giants like Exxon, it means that you are going to be a provider of credit to the company. In other words, if there's any partnership like that, fuel cell may not be paid until maybe next 5 years for even a deal, a contract or a service that is delivered maybe today, for instance. It's not going to be. Sometimes it may not be paid for a very long time to come. These are the agreements we have with them. So if you don't like it, you go away. They have so many partners who would have tendered to be a partner with regards to carbon capture. You understand what I mean? So it's good. This is really good. This is really good. But you have to bear in mind that as far as carbon capture an operational is not an operational pursuit of ExxonMobil, you will find out that the partnership is going to be more of providing capital, providing credit to ExxonMobil. So eventually, FuelCell will be paid for all their contracts, all their services. They will all be going on. When this deal is signed, for instance, it's going to be an ongoing and a rolling service. It's going to be a rolling contract. Every day, you know, they will service things, they will capture and all those kind of things. But because carbon capture is not ExxonMobil's top priority, it's not their main pursuit. The main pursuit is to either refine crude or drill or lift crude. You know what I mean? Not even drill, lift crude from the ground and refine. Those are the core businesses of ExxonMobil. So if you are not a partner, if you don't have a contract with them with these two these two operations, they are not likely to pay you at the end of every month. They are likely to pay you after a long time, and you would have entered agreements with them with regard to this. This is how it is with other companies as well. If you are a giant like ExxonMobil, you are not going to be relying on the banks to give you credit at interests, even if the interests are only 1%. No, you are going to, and indeed you rely on them, but it will be far less, far less. You're not a giant for you to be paying out your money to banks. You're a giant for partners and your contractors to provide you the credit you need to run your operations. In other words, the partners, future partners like FuelCell are a key source of their credit. So they do services for them and they are paid not immediately, not after 1 month. They are paid sometimes up to 5 years down the line for the service they offer today. They will maybe paid down the line sometimes after 5 years. So this is how it is. That's the nature of the game. So I'm just wanted to point this out to you just in case you are happy about this. This is the nitty gritty of what is involved. Okay, so as it concerns the stock, we're expecting a dip, or rather the weakness to we're expecting a if you like some weakness to remain in place up till Tuesday the 29th, and then after that we might see a rebound that will ensure that we now see the rebound that will take it to the highs of around $6.3 by Wednesday the 6th of August, and then after that we may have an accumulative contraction. Yeah, ultimately an accumulative contraction, or a contraction with a bias to the upside. Yeah, yeah, we may have an accumulation. Sorry, we may have a contraction with the bias to the upside. That's what may happen. In terms of projections, what do we have? We have 7.54, 8.59, 9.24. So let's just see how these things go. It sounds good. It sounds good. Okay, so in terms of buying pressure, the stock is still on its the 10-day moving average. It's still indicating that some buying pressure is still there. You can see the stock. It's still in the 10-day moving average is in trend mode. However, it has negative derivatives. It's either that the buying pressure is it has totally dissipated. However, there's still some trend there, but yeah, we can even see down here the 21 period moving average. Everything is negative. It's either they are coming back it's either they are coming back or they are decaying. So but some amount of some semblance of buying pressure still left, but surely selling pressure is surely it has the upper hand in the whole mix of in the whole mix. Yeah, especially in the short term, selling pressure has been felt. So let's see how things go. If ExxonMobil announces any deal with FuelCell or announces something positive in that direction, that's really good. So let's see how things go. So thank you very much for watching this video.